What's up, everybody? And damn, you guys, wow. Kamaru Usman just knocked out Jorge Masvidal. Did y'all see that? He slept Jorge Masvidal in his hometown. And let me just say this, man. It sucks to see that. I hate when a fighter who is in their home, like, city, or not, it's not Jorge's hometown, but his home state, where he's the favorite and a fighter gets knocked out. I always root for them to win that fight because I just hate to see that, you know. I don't like seeing that. It's like they're all there for you. They want you to do right and you get knocked out and you're going to have those trolls that comment on your Instagram, make fun of you and all this. You guys suck. You guys suck who do that, who go comment under fighters' Instagram after a bad loss. You guys go and say just hurtful things. You guys are absolutely scum of the earth and you guys suck and you deserve whatever's coming for you. You deserve the pitiful life you live for doing that. You're just a waste of space, honestly. But anyway, so Kamaru Usman knocked out Jorge Masvidal, and he outstruck Jorge Masvidal the whole fight. He dominated Jorge Masvidal. And honestly, if the knockout didn't happen in the second round, dude, Jorge would have just got dominated for 5 rounds again. It looked like it was honestly going to be worse. Only because Jorge froze on the feet. He didn't want to get any of his offense off, mainly. He didn't want to lead the dance because he was afraid of getting taken down. Jorge's game plan, though, his game plan coming in this fight was obvious to me, too, is that Usman, for his defense, it's just a habit for wrestlers. It's anytime they get swung on first or something, their defense is to duck their head. They put their head down. And that was Jorge was trying to get Usman to bite on, was to, anytime Usman was going to go for an ill-advised takedown, knee or a kick, he was going to kick the heck out of Kamaru Usman if he went for an ill-advised takedown, which meant that this fight was just, it was like a thin line for both guys. They were both walking on broken glass because had Kamaru Usman made a mistake, Jorge was going to put him out with that vicious knee he kept trying to sneak in there. But Jorge looked weird to me too, man. He looked almost sick. He just didn't look right to me. He was all calm. He wasn't all loose and smiley and jumping around. In my opinion, he just looked a little stiff, honestly. He didn't look right. It was just weird, you know. So, yeah, man, the fight was going to go bad for Masvidal either way, but this was the worst way. I think he would have preferred getting beat again for 5 rounds than to get knocked out like that in front of your whole, like, in front of your crowd, you know. Sucks to suck, but you know, man, Jorge's eating his own words right now too. He made fun of Usman's punching power. Usman just shown us that he has one-punch KO ability. He has that. He has it. He just knocked out possibly the best chin in that division, you know? So that's just crazy, man. Trevor Whitman is a mastermind over there, and we're going to get into that co-main event too. Just one thing I need to say real quick is that Usman has evolved and he has just gotten better. He's gotten better. Usman is not the same Usman that fought Colby Covington. Usman is a methodical killer now. That jab is a piston. He has power. And the one knock I had on him, the one thing that was going to lead him into trouble in this fight was his defense, how he kind of walks into things. Jorge even thought that he could just walk him into that jump knee, but Usman's defense was on point. Jorge didn't really land a thing. I have to rewatch it. I don't even think he landed a solid strike except for to the legs. Which leads me into my next little thing real quick. Usman has developed everything. The guy has no holes in his game until the freaking kicks, man. Jorge was kicking that leg and nobody was talking about this and it was pissing me off. Jorge kicked that leg like 5-6 times. And Usman was wobbling on it. He was wobbling on that lead leg and switched stances. Watch it again. He wobbled on that leg. And, you know, that's not a good sign because Usman doesn't have a lot of meat down there. That could be a big vulnerability for anybody he stands on their feet for a little bit too long with. Colby Covington. But, you know, anyway, what's next for these guys? I'm going to go ahead and say Jorge Masvidal, man, it's not looking too good for him for his future. Possibly a rematch with Diaz. I mean, if these vets are getting KO'd, man, these granite chins are getting cracked. This one with Diaz and, you know, Edwards might be ugly too, man. But, you know, Masvidal, Diaz too. You know, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I don't know what's next for possibly him and Burns. I don't know. if Jorge's chin really is ruined for him, that's a bad fight for him too. Gilbert Burns can take him down. Gilbert Burns is a hard matchup for everybody, but the striking, man, I think Burns' takedowns can get thwarted by Masvidal, but the striking, Masvidal can pick Burns on the feet. It's almost a 50-50, But anyway, for Usman, Colby Covington, obviously. And everybody wants to talk about this. Colby Covington beat Kamaru Usman. I'll say this. Colby Covington is our last hope for a while. I would say Burns has the best shot of beating Usman, but Colby Covington is the best chance right now because Burns has to come around the loop again, turn the corner again. But I honestly don't think that. I think that that's going to be an ugly night for Covington too, man. Unless he could thwart those kicks, there's just not a lot that Covington can do different. And we see that Usman is different, but Colby is a little more quieter now. He's a little more patient and a little more looking to time his shots, which is going to be bad against Usman because Usman's going to take over the fight if Colby Covington comes at a slower pace. His only chance in that fight was the volume and overwhelming him and outboxing him. Well, Kamaru Usman is a better striker now, and his defense is tighter. Colby doesn't have a lot to do, and now the power difference. That's going to be the difference every single time. Colby had the volume, Usman had the power, and Covington's defense didn't keep up with his volume. And I think the same result is going to happen, honestly. Same fight, but earlier. I think it's competitive until Colby gets caught. Simple. That's just simple as that. And the body shots. It's competitive. It'll be the same fight almost until Covington gets shot, and I think Usman gets hit a little less. I think now we see Usman winning the early rounds instead of Covington winning, on volume. I think we're going to see Usman outpoint Covington, actually. But anyway, up until he catches him. Anyway, Rose Namajunas and Zhang Weili. Dude, that was a trip. What the hell happened? Rose Namajunas knocks out Weili Zhang with a high kick, and the crazy part about it is that it was insane due to the fact that Weili Zhang got up and she didn't know what happened. That's why she reacted like that. It's not because Weili Zhang is a bad sport or anything, or she's just not a good person, because a lot of people are throwing that around. Once again, the scum of the earth idiots that go comment stuff on their Instagram posts. It's not that, you guys. It's that she got knocked out. It was a flush KO. Never been knocked out before. Same thing with Masvidal. Masvidal asked the same thing. What happened? It's because when a fighter has never been knocked out before, they don't realize when they wake up, damn, I just been knocked out. That doesn't even register. That's not what they think right off the bat. They don't think, man, I got knocked out. But it comes in slowly, man. It's they start to deny the inevitable. They start to deny the fact that, man, I know I did get knocked out, but I'm going to act like this anyway, But that's why she did that. It's because she's never been knocked out before. She's got rocked by Joanna, but it's she's never been out. So it's that's why she acted like that, because she genuinely didn't know what happened, man. Head kick, knockout. That also shown a big thing. Is that Weili could have had moments, but it was just an ill-advised defensive mistake. She'll be back, you guys. She'll be back. And if they make her fight a contender, she's going to rip through that contender, whoever it is. Nobody, Joanna possibly could beat her because that fight was so even. And Joanna shown to be the better striker, honestly. But Weili had the more power. But I don't see them making that rematch. I hope they don't, at least. And I think they're going to give her any other contender outside of Joanna, honestly. She's just going to destroy. She's going to rip through. So her and Rose are the two best girls. But I don't see them making a rematch right off the bat. I think they're going to make Weili get another fight in, another win, and then try to target the rematch. But that was a vicious KO. Weili got up and freaked out. I feel bad for her. I hope she's okay. But yeah, man, flush KO by Rose Namajunas, and she is the new champion once again. Who's going to beat her? Weili Zhang still has a solid chance. I know I got my predictions wrong. I got 2 predictions wrong on this card, but I know I got that wrong, but, who saw that coming? Honestly, who saw that coming? And who saw Usman knocking out Masvidal? Nobody predicted that, dog. Nobody predicted those things. But anyway, the last title fight, Jessica Andrade versus Valentina Shevchenko. Dude, Valentina Shevchenko just proved to us that she has no holes in her game, pretty much. Outstruck Andrade on the feet. Andrade couldn't find her range. Landed a big punch, though. Landed a decent punch, but just got taken down afterwards. Manhandled in the grappling. Manhandled in the clinch, where everybody thought that it could be competitive. It wasn't. Dominated on the ground and got finished on the ground. That's insane. And then was getting outclassed on the feet. Valentina Shevchenko was way too fast, way too technical, and just all around a better fighter. Just the much better fighter, honestly, and bigger. There's no holes in her game. What's next for her? Dude, go ahead and make the Amanda Nunes fight. Honestly, it's going to be boring again, but just make it. Just make it. They just need to fight each other, dude. There's nothing left. But Amanda Nunes has a date with Juliana Pena, but I'm sure she's going to get through it. And it's going to be her and Shevchenko early either next year or late this year. But anyway, now let's get to these two freak shows that happened to both. Let's just get into all of it. So, Chris Weidman and Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith kicks Jimmy Crute's leg, and that drop foot syndrome happened again. I knew that's what it was. Either that or he dislocated that knee somehow. But I heard that he regained sense in that foot or in that leg, and so he's good. Thank God. I don't want to see anybody suffer a life-threatening injury. But Anthony Smith has just put his name back into that pool, you know. He's in the win column again. He can call himself a winner now, you know. Dude, Anthony Smith has came a long way, honestly. This guy, he just needs to keep it on. He just needs to be consistent, man. That's it. He just needs to be consistent. That's it, man. Anthony Smith is tough, and he's a good talent, but it's just consistency, man. He's like, he'll get going for a little while, get the ball moving, and then it just comes to a halt. He loses in a bad way, you know. But what's next for him, dude? Honestly, just keep climbing, man. Just take who they give you and just keep stacking up wins, you know, big man. Because you already lost to, I don't know. Anyway, if Dominic Reyes loses this fight against this guy, which I don't think he will, then him versus Dominic Reyes. If Dominic Reyes loses, I would love to see that fight. But anyway, Chris Weidman and Uriah Hall. This is crazy because Chris Weidman checked Anderson Silva's kick and broke Anderson Silva's leg. That same curse came and bit him in the butt. It's just Chris Weidman is just bad luck. It's either he's getting finished early or he's getting finished late. The guy just cannot just get a solid win to save his freaking life. But let me just say this, man. All prayers go out to Chris Weidman, you know. This could be, I hate to say it, but career ending. Honestly. I don't see how he comes back 100% from that. And, you know, he's has hopes. I know he's a warrior. He's a man. He's going to try to because Chris Weidman has got a few screws loose up there. But, you know, he's going to try to come back. And I don't know, man. I just pray the best for him, bro. I just hope they don't give him a hungry, nasty contender and he gets finished or knocked out or something devastating like that happens again, bro. As for Uriah Hall, handled it with class. What can I say? You know, props to him. But Uriah Hall, I feel like the rematch isn't coming anytime soon, you guys. So I feel like they should just move on with it. So Uriah Hall should fight. Honestly, I would love to see him rematch Costa. But no joke. I would love to see a 5-round fight with him and Costa. But Uriah Hall, man, just cannot deal with that pressure. But I think he'll go at it differently this time. He has the striking capability to pick apart Paulo Costa, especially if the fight goes on. He has the ability to pick apart Paulo Costa, but I would love to see that rematch, honestly. Or him versus Gastelum. Those two fights. I would love to see that. But also, let me go ahead and talk about this. So, I'm sick of the trolling, man. Daniel Cormier confronted Jake Paul, if you guys didn't know. And, the crowd started screaming, F Jake Paul. Jake Paul is getting so much attention in the fight world, bro. I'm just sick of talking about him. And Colby Covington being a troll, posting pictures of Masvidal's wife and all this. I'm just sick of trolling, you guys. Aren't you guys sick of trolling? Aren't you? Honestly, like, I'm so done with it. Like, to me, it's not even, like, funny anymore. Like, it's not funny. Like, I'm sick of the trolling, bro. I am so sick of the trolling. Like, it makes me sick. But, you know, I just don't... Until somebody knocks out Jake Paul, it's not going to stop. This guy's going to continue being relevant as long as he and his brother keep fighting these fighters, man, and these idiot fighters keep accepting contracts, and Jake Paul keeps beating him. You know, he might fight Dylan Dennis because Dylan Dennis is calling him out. That's the easiest matchup for him. Dylan Dennis has probably worse hands than Askren. He's going to knock Dylan Dennis out, you guys. Be ready for it because it might happen. But Dana's not going to get him any active UFC fighters. There's not a lot of options for the guy. Hopefully he just goes away. Hopefully, but, you know, we can only dream. But this has been my recap of everything. This was a crazy card. Insane. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry if the video's a little long, but it's been your boy Trippy. I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. I'm back in the loop. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm back, you know. And a bunch of videos coming out next week, so stay tuned.